I hate to do this because I love the military, but we have got to get some sense of reality up here.
That is Alabama Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville. And the reality is that this controversial conservative just got rolled. In a tweet, the senator and former football coach wrote, "Broadband is vital for the success of our rural communities and for our entire economy. Great to see Alabama receive crucial funds to boost ongoing broadband efforts." But while Tuberville is celebrating this grant, he actually voted against the bill providing the funding. And Tuberville never expressed support for the federal broadband effort. Enter President Biden, Dark Brandon, with the ultimate mic drop. Quote, "See you at the groundbreaking." Boom. As the Twitterverse noted, actions speak louder than golf. Dark Brandon out here being an absolute savage. Dark Brandon 1, Tommy Tuberville 0. And the timing gets even better because Tuberville is currently holding up all Senate confirmations needed for the U.S. military. Tuberville disagrees with the Pentagon's abortion policy, so he is blocking every U.S. military commander and civilian Defense Department leader who requires Senate approval. And Tuberville just gave an interview claiming that he is consistent and a senator with firm principles.
I'm not changing for a vote in committee or possibility that Schumer might put it on the floor, or a possibility that if it did pass, that the president wouldn't sign it.
But Senator consistency appears to be doing real damage. The Pentagon says Tuberville's actions are harming U.S. military readiness. President Biden is calling Tuberville's protest bizarre. And even Tuberville's Senate colleague, Republican leader Mitch McConnell, is criticizing the DOD blockade.
I think holding these military personnel who have nothing to do with policy in order to try to dictate a policy change that I personally support is not the best way to go about it.
Other Republicans add that in general, it's not the best practice to send out a press release or tweet praising federal funds that you opposed. To be clear, Tommy Tuberville is not the first politician, nor will he be the last, to attach himself to something popular that the lawmaker blocked. And on Capitol Hill, a certain amount of hypocrisy has long been part of the political game. Still, for a senator who's causing so much legislative gridlock and frustration to now be the leading poster child of that shamelessness is remarkable. And it's drawing more attention and creating a certain amount of irony to Tuberville's recent hearing comments about mental health.
I spent 35 years with the youth of this country as a coach, educator. And this is not just a crisis that we have, mental health. It's an emergency. We got huge problems. This is probably the biggest problem we have in this country. It's getting worse every day.
Youth mental health is getting worse every day. Well, maybe that's because some younger people look up at our political leaders like Tommy Tuberville and get depressed. Indeed, when our elected leaders are creating legislative gridlock and speaking out of both sides of their mouth in a manner that is so shameful and embarrassing, perhaps we shouldn't be surprised when people watching this or thinking about the future of America lose hope. By the way, another conservative lawmaker who's also a former college athletics coach just got some awful career news. Thanks to a ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court, Ohio Republican Jim Jordan may soon be deposed in a sexual assault lawsuit filed against Ohio State University.
Ohio State wrestlers tell NBC News they were sexually abused by a team doctor. Several accusers believe it was known by Republican Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan.
Check out that story at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.